Be the change. Be the change. A little space. This is my little space of peace. This is my little space of quiet. This is my little space of just being in the moment. And my hope is that it brings a sense of peace to you as well. The world is pretty, yeah. And so it's important to find a sense of peace within, a sense of safety within yourself, a sense of safety and peace within yourself, that you know that no matter what happens, you're going to be okay, to have that sense of something greater than us, sense of something better than what we are currently bringing forth in the world as human beings. So, Great Spirit, Father God, source of all things, presence. Presence. Crown chakra, knowing. When you know that you know that you know that you know, then you know. Knowing. For the greatest good of all, I trust my knowledge and wisdom and the higher knowledge and wisdom available to me. I am an aspect of universal consciousness. I know myself to be a part of the whole. I now grow beyond my previous experiences. I now grow beyond my previous experiences. I am wise. Sometimes you just gotta buckle up and do something different. Like, I'm trying to do something different in my life because I wanted things to change and shift a little bit. So what I decided to do was to put some extra effort into the things that I'm already doing. Okay, so if I have that job, then maybe I should just offer my services if they need me to move up, or if they need me to take more responsibility on. Okay, I'm gonna open myself up to that. And so I'm gonna put my best foot forward and see what can happen with it. Workouts, okay, so maybe I'll sign up for a different level class, like tougher class, so that I can challenge myself more in my physique, so that maybe I can break through like the plateaus and everything that I come to. And with the food, like trying to be very healthy and conscious of what I eat. And now I'm gonna see what happens with making those changes, because you don't have to change everything all around. You just have to change a little bit your approach to it, I think. So this is my little it's my little, what's it called? Trying it out. Trying it out and seeing what happens with it. And I'm trying to grow beyond my previous experiences, because I wasn't that happy with the previous experiences in my life. So I want some different. And if I want some different, then I have to level up. I have to go within. I have to level up so that I am a vibrational match to something different than I had in my past. And so that's how I'm trying to do it. It's one way of doing it, and there are a million more. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, the mind, body, and soul. You are presence. And that presence is dependent on your body to be able to move around in this world, like to be physically moving around in this world. The presence, your presence, the essence, who you are, is dependent on your mind. And what keeps you away from your presence, the feeling of just being, is the mind. The mind, Eckhart Tolle says, is the biggest obstacle to God. The mind. We think ourselves away from the moment, and thus no connection with the present, with the presence. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Celebration, celebrating the physical aspect of being a human. Celebrating with friends the beautiful togetherness that we as humans can have. Like we can have beautiful togetherness if we are like accepting each other the way we are. We don't try and change one another, but we're trying to level up ourselves so we don't have to. You want to bring about people who are interested in bringing forth the best of who they are, like to bring their best foot forward. And mind, body, and soul, 2 of Cups. So some kind of a soul connection, some kind of love connection might be on your mind at the moment. Your body, celebrate it. Be happy for it. It's the biggest resource that you have here on planet Earth to move around and do the stuff that you want to do. So take good care of it because it's going to be where you live this whole duration on this planet. Single, won't be single for long. 4 Wands. Also, celebration, homecoming. Can be also like, if you are single, it could be like maybe on your mind has been all this stuff. No, I don't think. Well, okay, one example. All the stuff you've been going on and on about all this romance in your head and making up stories and all that stuff that we do to make ourselves feel better, which is perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. And then hoping for that perfect solution to everything. And then it can also be that here on your mind there is a soul connection. And if you are single, you won't be single for that much longer because there is the 4 of Wands, which can be like a marriage, like homecoming, like homecoming to yourself is what I was going to say. You put all those romanticizing ideas and all these things that we make up in our head. Maybe just put it to the side and you come home to yourself and you find that soul connection within yourself. And that's a great thing. And then being single is not difficult at all. It's actually really easy and it's really nice. It can also be that you do have someone that you have connected with on a soul level and that they are actually also opening up to the connection with you because it's a two-way thing. So both parties have to acknowledge and develop and get with the connection. So that might be happening and you might not be single for long. Complicated. Sometimes it gets complicated. The world, it gets complicated. You know, this is perfect. I love how the cards do this here sometimes. The complicated parts is usually because we haven't dealt with our karma. Like if you are like, okay, I never felt like I was good enough. Okay, this is how you feel when you're on your own, when in your own thoughts, in your mind. I never felt like I was good enough. I always felt like everyone else was so much better than me. And so I don't really feel that deserving of love. And here's this person who was like, wow, I really like that person over there. I really like everything about them. And they want to get to know you. And then they want to be your friend. And they want to get closer to you and all that stuff. But here you are, you don't think you deserve that. And so maybe you're flattered because they come to you. And that's flattering, and then it makes you feel a little bit better for a few moments maybe. And then flattered, and then, but it couldn't be true because I'm not good enough. I am not good enough for this. Like, I don't deserve this relationship. Now you're going to complicate things because before this guy came over or this girl came over, like before this happened, then you had not dealt with your lack of self-esteem or your lack of self-love. If you don't deal with these things, this is why be the change. Like do the work when you're on your own. Do the work when you can. Because when you do the work, when you can, whenever the opportunity shows up that you want, then you be ready for it. You be ready for it, you be good to go. So ending old cycles of doubt, ending old cycles that you're not good enough, ending old cycles that you're not pretty enough, ending old cycles about all that stuff. And then it will help it untangle the complications for sure. Committed relationship. Committed relationship, devil card. Committed relationship. So to my mind pops up needy clinging. Committed relationship with unhealthy attachments in it. Committed relationships with neediness, like one of the people or both of the people are not completely self-sustainable or not completely comfortable within themselves. So they're gonna I need you to lift me up, and I need you to tell me that I'm good enough, and I need you to show me that I can have confidence. I need you to show me that I am lovable. I need you to show me these things. But the thing is that they cannot ever show you these things. You have to go within, and you have to find it within yourself, and you have to find the knowledge, the knowing that you as presence, you as soul are fully good enough. The things that make us think that we're not good enough is all the labels, who we're supposed to be. What kind of ethnicity are you? What kind of religion do you belong to? What kind of country are you from? What kind of color you got? What kind of this do you got? What kind of that do you like? What kind of this do you do? And that's like, okay, those are labels. And in committed relationship, you want to try and see the soul of the other person. You want to try and be on the same level as the other person and practice like unconditional love. Like they don't have to do anything to prove your love, prove their love to you, or like stuff like that. Like you love them, they love you. And with that, you want the best for one another. Like you want to take care of the things that you love. So committed relationships, finding independence within oneself and still be together, I think is a great way to try and find stability, find adventure, find hope, find all that stuff in a committed relationship. Work, change your perspective. Change perspective. Perhaps so if you have a 9-to-5 job and you really don't like it, okay, no, you kind of hate it, but you're there. You're there. So changing the perspective. Okay, so if you have to do a job that you don't like, okay, then you know that you don't really like it, but you still have to do a job. Then why don't you just do the best that you can? Do it the best way that you can. Fully accept it. Like, I was cleaning treadmills for a long time and I really did not like it. But I was thinking to myself when I had to do it and I didn't like it, and I was thinking to myself, it pays for my car. It pays for my car. It pays for my car. So new perspective. And then you keep that job, you do the best that you can with that job so you can grow yourself internally with the job. And then you can go out eventually and find a better job that you really like, because now you have worked on yourself, you have grown your abilities in that job that you had. And if you do the best you can in any kind of job or work situation that you're in, then you are going to get the most out of it. Even if you don't like it, like you can learn to like it. You can learn to like appreciate different things with it. And so by changing the perspective, so Esther and Abraham Hicks says something about appreciation. So they say, the more you find something to appreciate, and this can be with your work, this can be with your partner, this can be with the committed relationship, this can be with yourself, this can be with your job, this can be with anything in your life, like the place you live, what you do for a living, all these different things. The more you find something to appreciate, the better it feels. The better it feels, the more you want to do it. The more you do it, the better it feels. The better it feels, the more you want to do it. The better it feels, the more you want to do it. The more you want to do it, the better it feels. The law of attraction assists with the powerful momentum of these positive thoughts and feelings until, with very little time and effort, you will find your heart singing. With very little time and effort, very little, but a little bit of time and effort will take you there. And your heart is going to be singing in your joyous alignment with who you really are. Because when you are who you really are, you're in a good place. It feels good. It is good. Like you're strong there. You're confident there. You feel good about yourself. You're accepting yourself and you work on the things that you want to work with. But when you're in alignment with yourself, it's a beautiful place to be in because there's joy there. All the troubles, all this stuff is like from the mind and from what we think we should do or think we should be. And maybe it doesn't pay that well, the job that you have. Maybe, or maybe you don't feel like you belong there. Maybe you don't feel like they accept you there or let you in. Sometimes you also have to work for a while before people can see who you are and what you're about. And also maybe opening up to leveling up and doing a good job being a part of a team. Sometimes the team players are just not good people, or like they're not trying. They are just controlling and stuff like that. And then it might be a good thing to, and they're not going to let you in. And if you know that you're in a place where they're not going to give you any chances, they're not going to open up for you, they're not going to do this, then maybe it's not worth your time and your effort to be there. But before you leave it, find someplace else where you can go, so you can still maintain your safety, you can maintain your needs, you can take care of yourself and all those basic things that we have to do as humans. And the stability. It might not be the greatest job in the world, but it does give you a sense of stability. And it might not give you overload of all the things that is available to us out there, but it might give you just what you need. And sometimes that is all you need. And the more appreciation that you can find to the basic things that you really love, that you really need, the more appreciation you can put into those little things in your life, about anything in your life, and just appreciate it, the more you're going to be in momentum, the more you're going to be wanting to do stuff, because you're really finding that inner drive. And as working on the shadow, sometimes so Queen of Wands, working on your shadow, Queen of Wands. Okay, if you look in any of the magazines, or you look at any of the people who are in the public eye, almost everyone, there might be a handful that is not, like super perfect, perfectly shaped, perfect face, perfect hair, perfect clothes, perfect smile, perfect teeth, perfect hands, perfect nails, perfect skin, perfect everything. And so that's the world that we live in. Like, the world that we live in loves the physical aspect of humans. Like, loves the beauty, the whatever the beauty looks like in your culture. Like, that's like the thing. And so how does it make you feel when you are, like, if you, all of your confidence, all of your joy, all of your self-worth is linked with how you look? Then what's going to happen to you when you grow older? Or what's going to happen to you when, if there happens something to your body, or you have an accident, or something happens that now you're not that perfect anymore, like in that, still perfect, but not like with picture perfect, that model perfect that we all are trying to measure up to. Because and how is it going to make you feel? Like, maybe there is a deeper level of self-worth that, yeah, it's good thing that you're looking good, it's good thing that you are attractive, it's a good thing that you can attract things and people into your life, because now you can use that to build something sustainable. And so but if you get too caught up in the plastic surgeries, and you get too caught up in like changing everything about how you look, and you get too caught up in that, then also you, at the same time, you're building misery within, because those things will never be a source of internal joy. They will never be a source of internal being. Like, they will never, it doesn't have anything to do with who you truly are. Knight of Wands. Also shadow work. So Knight of Wands is very impulsive, taking impulsive action, perhaps hopping into connections too soon. Maybe there is a little bit of a warning here that, yeah, if you do have a good connection with people, and there might be something, you might not be single for very long, or there might be, to take impulsive action is tempting sometimes, because our feelings take over, and now we just want to go with the feeling. We just want to feel everything and be in a moment. and the momentum and all that stuff. And then sometimes it gets us into a lot of trouble, because like what I've learned is that people are very good at hiding who they truly are. It is people are very good at saying the right things, the things that you want to hear. People are very good at masking who they truly are and saying the right things to you so that they can get you into whatever they're doing. So this is like, don't be that person, and take some time to figure out the things that you want to do, and making rash decisions or going out with whoever and passionately just following whatever is unhealthy. Like, take your time, bide your time. If this soul connection really is a true soul connection, it won't just disappear. It's going to grow anyway. And also shadow work, temperance, the pieces of the puzzle, they have to fit together. And trying to put pieces together that don't fit is something that we do all the time. We just put the rose colored, you know what, on, and then we are all set, and we can go ahead and hop into whatever. And so this is a reminder to have balance, whatever it is that you do, whether it be exercise, whether it be dieting, whether it be medicine, whether it be alcohol, whether it be cigarettes, whether it be self-sabotage, whatever it is that you're doing, then just find the balance in it. Find your self-worth. Don't self-sabotage. Find your balance in things. Cut it down. If you're smoking, like, cut it down so that it is not interfering with your life plans, your goals, your mission, your purpose. If you're drinking, then don't let it, like with smoking and drinking, it breaks down your health. It breaks down everything. So we got to be careful with it. We got to find balance with it, or cut it out completely so that you can take care of your health. It's more fun to be a person on planet Earth with a good health than not. When you have bad health, it's all you can think about. And Spirit is saying, get rid of those self-sabotaging thoughts, like there is an Emperor here. This can be you stepping into your own strategies and your own power, and moving away from Spirit advice. Step up, step into your own power. Take charge in your life. Have a strategy, make a plan so that you know where to go, and follow your own plan, follow your own guidance. Be strategic with the choices that you make in your life. No like rash stuff and stuff like that. Work on the like the Nine of Swords is kind of like, okay, unless you drink yourself into a stupor, or unless you go to bed and you sleep, or maybe even in your sleep you're still having nightmare, it still feels horrible to be a person, it still is anxious, depressed, fearful, panicking. All that stuff can go on inside of us sometimes as humans, and the grief and the disappointments of everything that hasn't been. So Spirit is like, honor all of it. Like, maybe you can find appreciation in the lack that you experience because it gave you so much wisdom. Maybe you can find appreciation in knowing what it actually feels like to have harbored anxiety, panic, angst, fear, jealousy, rage, all that stuff. So maybe it's a gift. Perhaps you can appreciate that you are able to hold these emotions and still move forward. There's going to be some place where you can find gratitude and appreciation in it. The Emperor, step up, take responsibility, be strategic about your things in your life so that you don't have to do too many detours. Detours just take you on a roundabout that you didn't need it. There's nothing there for you. It's just taking time, effort, and energy. It's just draining your resources to do those detours. It's better to plan a little bit extra and don't hop into the neediness. Oh, I need someone here to do this. Nope, you don't. You can step up into your own responsibility. Take your own charge in your life. Taking shelter. Yes, the answers are within. In regards to the Nine of Swords, the answers are within. In regards to the Emperor, stepping up is also within. The Five of Cups, how to release the grief, how to accept and release the grief and the sadness and the disappointments and all that stuff that we all have experienced as human beings. How can you let it go? And the answers are always going to be within. And the Hermit, yes, the Hermit within. That's it. I am wise. The answers are within. And the Hermit within. Beautiful light in me, it honors, respects, loves, same beautiful light in you. Till next time, namaste.